Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to AM News Express on Global Television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. Federal government has revealed its plan to build 6 new cancer centers across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. The Minister of State for Health, Dr. Tunji Alausa, disclosed this at the World Cancer Day Symposium themed Economy, Tax and Cancer Control, the exit of pharmaceutical companies from Nigeria in Abuja. He said government has concluded plans to build 6 new cancer centers across each of the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. The cancer centers will be built in the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital in Enugu, Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital Zaria, Federal Territory Hospital, Katsina, University of Benin Teaching Hospital Benin, University of Jos Teaching Hospital Jos, and Lagos University Teaching Hospital. The minister explained that the Federal Ministry of Health was able to secure additional funds to the 20 billion naira appropriated 3 years ago for the building of the cancer centers. The National Coordinator Cancer Control Program in the Federal Ministry of Health, Uche Nwoku, has disclosed government's plan to include cancer treatment in the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS. He disclosed this in Abuja at the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, Cancer Awareness Summit in commemoration of the year 2024 World Cancer Day. Nwoku said the move was to ensure adequate and affordable healthcare services for citizens diagnosed with cancer, stating that the government has in place the Cancer Health Fund, which provides comprehensive cancer care for patients. According to him, over 2,445 patients had been registered for the scheme, while over 750 patients were already being funded. Now, the federal government has expressed worry over the rising prices of food and commodities in the country, which led to protests in Niger and Kano, respectively. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Olawale Edun, spoke during a bilateral meeting with a visiting German delegation led by the country's Minister of Economic Cooperation and Development, Svenza Schulz, in Abuja. Edun said the situation, which had produced growing discontent among the citizenry, was triggered by demand and supply forces. Relatedly, Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf lamented on Monday that many people in his state were living in misery amid starvation and acute hunger. Edun, who spoke in response to current realities, said the only way to address the situation was to boost agricultural production, in particular to force down inflation. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, and the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, have assured Nigerians that the high cost of living being witnessed by Nigerians is currently being addressed. The Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zak Adedeji, joined the ministers to allay the fear of Nigerians about the current inflation. They all spoke when they appeared at the sectoral debate organized by the House of Representatives for the finance sector and stakeholders on the current cost of living at a plenary in Abuja on Tuesday. The 2023 governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Ogun State, Oladipo Adebutu, alongside 5 others on Tuesday, appeared before Justice Abiodun Akinyemi of the State High Court, Kobakwe Road, Abeokuta, over 7-count charge bordering on vote buying and other offences. Adebutu, during the governorship election held in March 18, 2023, was accused of inducement during the poll by security agents alongside other members of his party. He was alleged to have ordered through his bank the issuance of 200,000 naira preloaded ATM VEV cards with 10,000 naira and distributed the same on the day of the election across the state with the alleged intention of inducing voters. Moving on, the federal government has renewed the suspension of commercial flights from Niger Republic to Nigeria and from Nigeria to the nation's northern neighboring country by the Economic Community of West African States resolution. This directive was contained in a letter titled ECOWAS Restriction on the Republic of Nigeria from the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency NAMA, Aeronautical Information Services, and signed by the Director of Air Traffic Services, Tayo John. It added that these restrictions do not affect overflight aircraft through Niger airspace, aircraft in a state of emergency, and special flights. It disclosed further that special flights are to obtain authorization from the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pati, has expressed concern over non-compliance to the Compulsory Treatment and Care for Victims of Gunshot Act 2017 in most medical facilities. Pati said gunshot victims come under medical emergencies that require urgent attention to save the life of the patient or victim. However, a statement signed by the Director of Information, Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Patricia Dewariche, on Tuesday noted in recent times the society has witnessed a rise in the loss of lives as a result of the refusal of some health facilities to attend to gunshot and victims of one chance who do not present police reports. The National Population Commission, NPC, says birth certificates will not be issued to persons older than 18 years of age. The NPC State Director, Oyo State, Akin Oyetunde, disclosed that this is according to Act 1992, Birth and Death. He said the NPC is guided by an act propagated in 1992, so any child born before 1992 will not be issued a birth certificate. Instead of a birth certificate, people born before 1992 and those over 18 years old will be given an attestation of birth, stating that those below 18 years would be issued birth certificates by the Commission. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, sealed 3 alcoholic beverage producing factories in Jos for not complying with good manufacturing practice and operating without NAFDAC's certification. Umar Suleiman, the Assistant Chief Regulatory Officer, Federal Task Force Investigation and Enforcement Directorate, NAFDAC, disclosed this when he led a team on the raid in Jos. Suleiman said that one of the factories was also sealed for producing banned alcoholic beverages, adding that it also produced other products without the agency's registration. Suleiman, who said that the raid was conducting nationwide, followed the January 31st, 2024 deadline given by the agency in 2018 to producers of alcoholic beverages to desist from producing alcohol in 100 ml, 20 ml, 30 ml, and in sachet. Now, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, in Jigawa State has arrested a 25-year-old man for alleged theft of 4 tricycles in Hadejia local government area. In a statement in Duse, the command's public relations officer, Badruddin Tijani, said the NSCDC operatives arrested one Abdullahi Idris for theft of the tricycles on Friday. While the case was under investigation, the suspect transported the tricycles parts to Wawarin, Matoye Garko, and Gadon Sarki in Hadejia, where he sold them to a scrap dealer. He added that the suspect would be charged to court after further investigation. The Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, have launched the 60th anniversary emblem, crest, and presentation of the Long Service Award to its members of staff. Retired Major General Rabiu Aliyu, in his address, urged the Academy to improve its training curriculum to prepare cadets to surmount contemporary security challenges. Aliyu said that the NDA had played a pivotal role in shaping Nigeria's engagement at sub-regional, regional, and global levels due to Nigeria's commitment to peace and security. Earlier, the Commandant of Academy, Major General John Ochai, said that over the years it has continued to provide officer cadets with the skills and values necessary to meet the requirement of a military officer through training and character. Moving on, the Nigerian Customs Service, NSC, is seeking the cooperation of communities to ensure the success of its anti-smuggling operations. The Comptroller General of the NCS, Adewale Adeniyi, made the call in a statement issued by the National Public Relations Officer of the Service, Chief Superintendent of Customs, Abdullahi Maiwada, in Abuja. He restated the service's commitment to fostering harmonious community relations and conducting anti-smuggling operations without casualties. The Comptroller General of Customs assured the public that the matter would be handled appropriately, saying the driver of the vehicle is currently in the police custody pending further investigation. And the Kano State Police Command has arrested a notorious bandit, Isa Lawal, who is 33 years of age, from Benin Gwari area of Kaduna State. The operation, carried out on January 4, 2024 at Karaye local government area of the state along the Kaduna-Kano border, led to the recovery of 55 cows and 6 sheep. The suspect, a resident of Kaya village in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State, confessed to fleeing the Meidaro bandits camp in Benin Gwari local government area due to internal conflicts within the gang. The Deputy Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Abdullahi Hussaini, in a press statement confirming the arrest of the notorious bandit, commended the efforts of the police operatives and disclosed that the Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Hussaini Gumel, has directed the deployment of additional manpower and equipment to secure all Kano state borders. The Nigerian police force has confirmed the arrest of its officers who abducted a businessman in Abuja and extorted 29.9 million naira from him in January. The force spokesperson, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, confirmed the development through his X handle, while disclosing that the force had taken significant steps towards ensuring justice prevailed in the case. The businessman was reportedly abducted at one of his sites in Abuja by armed police officers who detained him until he transferred all the money in his bank account to them. Announcing the arrest of the suspects in a statement, the FCT command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, stated that one AK-47 and 350,000 naira were recovered from the suspects. You're watching AM News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the AM News returns, NNPCL dismisses fear of scarcity, cites distribution issue. The news continues shortly with details of this and more stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the AM News. Now, on the foreign scene, well wishes prayed quick recovery for King Charles III following the king's cancer diagnosis. The king was diagnosed with a form of cancer and had begun treatment, according to Buckingham Palace. In a statement, just a week after he was discharged from hospital for prostate surgery, the palace stated that the doctors had advised the king to postpone public-facing duties, but would undertake official paperwork. And no fewer than 14 migrants from 9 countries were arrested by the Italian authorities in Rome for their alleged involvement in unrest spurred by the death of a Guinean migrant. The migrants were arrested in a repatriation center as they began to burn mattresses and hurl objects at the law enforcement agents. The report revealed that the body of the 21-year-old Guinean migrant was discovered at the center on Sunday morning. Police said one group reached parked police vehicles, setting one on fire, while another group entered the room where law enforcement personnel kept personal items, which they took and destroyed. The suspects also destroyed 8 video cameras. Now let's take a look at the business desk. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has explained the cause of the long queues in some filling stations in Lagos State. The NNPCL said the tightness was as a result of what it called a brief distribution issue. The NNPCL spokesperson, Femi Shoneye, dismissed insinuation from fresh fuel scarcity, disclosing that the NNPCL did not have supply issues, saying its products remained readily available. He added that distribution issue in some areas had been resolved. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has expressed concern over the increasing violation of its limited interim regulatory and registration framework and guidelines by digital lenders, commonly known as loan apps. In a statement signed by the Acting Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, the Commission highlighted a surge in infractions as more Nigerians engage with various loan apps. Dr. Abdullahi announced the Commission's commitment to intensify enforcement efforts, ensuring digital lenders comply with regulations. Now let's turn to Kike Lamokere for more updates on business news.
This week on a bearish note as the all share index declined by 0.73% to close at 103,659.81 points, down by 761.42 from last Friday, 104,421.23 points. The market breadth was slightly negative as there were 27 gainers against 28 losers. Some of the big stocks lost heavily, as such as MTN Nigeria, which recorded a 5.52% loss, Access Holding with a 3.7% decline, and Transcorp with a 4.22% loss. There was a 440 billion naira decline in the equity as market capitalization declined to 56.72 trillion naira from last Friday's 57.16 trillion naira. In terms of trading volume, there was a 10.8% decline to 841.55 million units from last Friday's 943.51 million units. Concerning value, there was a 17.7% decline in trading value to 19.33 billion naira from Friday's 23.48 billion naira. The foreign exchange markets traded calmly as the naira maintained gain following recent policy measures introduced by Central Bank of Nigeria. After trading, the naira appreciated by 1.10% as the dollar was quoted at 1,419 naira, stronger than 1,435 naira quoted on Friday at Nigeria Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market (NAFEM). According to the data obtained from the FMDQ, the local currency gained tries at the official market since the CBN commenced a series of FX policies adjustments last week. Dollar liquidity remained unchanged as the daily FX market turnover stood at $440.13 million on Monday, the same as of Friday. The head of technology for African Agriculture Transformation Clearinghouse, Solomon Giso, has revealed that African nations collectively expend approximately $20 billion annually on importing wheat. He stated this during a train-the-trainer workshop on wheat seed production in Kano State. According to him, the ongoing Ukraine-Russia crisis has led to supply disruption and increased wheat prices in Africa, resulting in substantial financial burden for the continent. Giso pointed out that Nigerian possesses the necessary resources to cultivate wheat domestically, not only to sustain itself, but also to supply neighboring African nations. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Now in sports, following the Super Eagles' progression of the semi-finals of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast, the team has earned a prize money of $2.5 million as one of the remaining 4 teams in the competition. The Eagles, alongside South Africa, their semi-final opponent, Dr. Congo, and host Ivory Coast, have already secured $2.5 million before the start of the tournament's Confederation of African Football President, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, announced a 40% increase in prize monies. The Confederation of African Football has appointed Egyptian official Amin Mohamed Omar as the referee for Wednesday's Africa Cup of Nations semi-final encounter between Nigeria's Super Eagles and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa. The match will commence at 6 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll see Omar's compatriots Mahmoud Kamel, Abu Rigal, and Ahmed Hossein Ibrahim playing the roles of Assistant Referee 1 and Assistant Referee 2, respectively, while Sudanese Mahmoud Ali Ismail will serve as the 4th official. Atia Essa Amsaid from Libya will be reserve assistant referee, with Yaqub Ali Elmi from Djibouti as commissioner and Abubakar Domboya from Guinea as the referee assessor. The Executive Committee of the Cameroon Football Federation has rejected the resignation of Samuel Eto'o as president of the federation. Eto'o, who has won the Africa Player of the Year award 4 times, has faced charges of illegal conduct, match fixing, and corruption. The federation claimed its executive committee convened in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé, on Monday to examine the national team's performance at the Africa Cup of Nations. Eto'o, who celebrated with the team following their thrilling win against Gambia in their last group game, has faced corruption claims in the past year. A Dutch court on Tuesday ordered former Ajax and Netherlands international winger Quincy Promes to pay compensation to his cousin after stabbing him in the leg in 2020. The 32-year-old, who now plays for Spartak Moscow, had already been sentenced to 18 months in jail for the attack at a birthday party over a stolen necklace. The compensation amount will be specified at a later date. Lawyers for the cousin have reportedly claimed around €1 million, but the final amount is likely to be lower. Promes has not appeared in court, and attempts to extradite him from Russia have failed. He has also denied the charges and appealed at every stage. And that's it on the AM News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Don't forget, we're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching, and see you again.